Hi, everybody, welcome back. I hope you're all doing well. I learn something new on these internet streets every single day. Now, if you are in the US, you probably have a different terminology for this one. But in the UK, they call them the clean up crew. Take a look.
11:40 in London, guys. Cleanup crew has obstructed. Cleanup crew has obstructed the streets, guys. As in, even the ambulance is cleaning up bodies. And yeah, this is cleanup crew is blowing balloons and collecting cows.
Balloons is giving crack. It's like,
oh, there's even a sprinter van to clean up. Wow, this is what my generation has come to, guys. Wow. And there's girls waiting to be cleaned up. Me and my friend, we're just walking around. We're not waiting to be cleaned up. We're really just doing CCTV news reporting. Yes. But yeah, guys, clean up sprinter van. It's crazy out here, man. Influencers, your favorite influencers also cleaning up. No names though. No, I'm saying I'm not trying to incriminate anyone on Tamella's hit list. Oh.
If you don't know, the whole concept of cleanup crew is to go and patrol around the nightclubs. Once they have finished, they wait for the drunk girls to come out of the nightclub. And their goal is to get these girls to go home with them, to go to an AP with them, and to sleep with them. Most times, the people doing cleanup are not intoxicated themselves. Now, if they are intoxicated, then it's not as much as the girls, because obviously you need a driver, and they need to be coherent enough to be able to actually flirt and it actually be making sense. So I think it's just really nasty, the fact that people are actually doing this as a motive multiple times in a week. They're texting the boys group chat and they're saying, guys, let's go do cleanup, which is just, in other words, let's go and collect drunk girls off the street and sleep with them. A serious conversation needs to be had about why people are thinking this is okay. Now, if you come out of the club and you want to do cleanup, then that's your own, do you know what I mean? At least you were in the club. And at that point, I don't think it's the same concept as cleanup, because it's like you actually engaged in the party and you're just talking to people outside of the party. Maybe you have an intention to sleep with people, but that is most people's intention in the club anyway. So I feel like that's a different kind of thing. Now, if you're coming to the club just to clean up, you really need to find something better to do with your time, because that is just honestly really nasty and really predatory.
In yesterday's video, one of the ladies said she heard someone say anyone who wants a husband has not had one yet. And I'm going to piggyback on that and say anyone who wants a man has not had one yet. Because I saw a lot of clips while trying to find out what this is all about. And for the most part, what I've seen is that most of the men, right, who are talking about this or who have clips about this are cleanup crew men who rent the cars, because they say they rent big cars, or they come out with their big cars, they come outside, they wait there till all the clubs or parties or whatever it is over, just to get women who cannot necessarily consent. Okay? Because if a woman is drunk, she can't consent to get all these women after the club who are drunk, right? So what I observed from most of the videos I watched was that most of these men were not necessarily angry at the cleanup crew, quote and unquote, but they were angry because they were not getting these women. Most of the videos I saw them saying, oh, you're greedy, and so on and so. I'm like, what? It's not like they calling them out for their behavior, but it's them kind of being jealous, or envying them for being in the position because of maybe their cars that they are driving and so on and so forth, their age to pull these women. Okay. And they not having that access because they don't have the means, basically, to pull these women. So it's more of a jealousy, envying thing, but not calling these men out per se, okay? Because all I heard them say, oh, you're greedy, as if to say they can get any women they want, but then they are coming to the club to pull these women that are supposed to be for them that can't get access to women, right? They are coming there as well to get those women when they should be leaving those women to them. Does it make sense? I hope it makes sense. Okay.
This one and that one as well. And that. How greedy. It's glutton. It's glutton.
Black greedy, man. A whole van. Fuck, man.
See, I hate to be the bearer of bad news or the party people here, but going to a motive at the very end in the hope of picking up drunk, vulnerable girls is rapey. I don't know why we make this a joke or fun or funny. Them man are rapey. It's just that simple.
Guys, an early morning thought, but the concept of cleanup crew seems kind of predatory to me. Like a bunch of men who didn't even buy tickets to the event, waiting outside the event in hopes of enticing drunk girls with drugs and more alcohol in hopes of sleeping with them. That's literally what it is. I don't know why a lot of people are literally not really grasping the concept of how weird that actually is. And may I remind you all that drunk girls cannot consent. One night of cleanup crew, you're going to ruin your life and someone else's. I think after club events, I'm suggesting mandatory police presence outside. I think that will deter quite a few rapists who are waiting outside hoping to get these drunk girls more drunk so they can sleep with them, take advantage of them. Like,
Cleanup crew is predatory and needs to be cancelled. If you don't know what cleanup crew is, it's basically when guys linger around clubs or guys are finished at the club and they're just sticking around outside to speak to girls. Some guys even come out of their house to patrol the area and look for girls to speak to. As in, they would not have been in a function, they are coming to... Yeah, I see a lot of memes about cleanup crew. I see a lot of people talking about cleanup crew like it's all ha ha he he. And it is sometimes, but then it gets to the point where let's actually sit here and think about it. These girls have been in the club drinking. Like when I step out of the club, I am genuinely so drunk. A man that has now intentionally decided he's either sober or he's drank a little bit or whatever. But in his head, he said, you know what, I'm going to go outside of these venues and I'm going to see what girls I can pick up, what girls I can speak to. Because they're more likely going to pay me attention because they're under the influence of something. A lot of the time, these guys that do cleanup crew are looking to get some. These are going on to be older men. And as I get older, I actually realise 18-year-olds can legally get into a club. So a 27-year-old man could go outside a club to do a cleanup crew and be collecting an 18-year-old. It's mind-boggling.
So here's my sociological take on it. These men rely on women being drunk, being tired, being disappointed maybe the party was whack. They rely on their barriers being lowered emotionally, physically, wherever it is. Maybe you've lost your friends, maybe you're waiting for your cab to come. They'll find out what you need to kind of lure you in. Oh, you need a ride? I can give you a ride home. Because as a man, they want to come in, they want to help you, they want to save you from whatever distress you're going through, right? But it's actually strategic opportunism built on that gendered power of waiting until a woman can't say no, or she won't say no as easily. Cleanup crew exists in what is called a liminal space, right? It's this kind of in-between zone where like the normal rules don't really apply, where there's this kind of power shift, and that's where the predators move in, okay? And yes, I'm going to call you predators, because some of you are, because men standing outside of a party and offering young women balloons, which are drugs by the way, is a manipulation tactic, and you're using it as a prop to get somebody to lower their guard down. And it also plays into this idea of male entitlement, that men just feel entitled. Feel entitled to a woman's time, to her space, to her energy, to her sanity. And there's this cultural script that many men have learned that when a woman is most vulnerable, that's when it's time to strike, right? She didn't want you earlier, but now she's alone, now her friends aren't there, so this might be the right time for you to try and get in there. Or you tried to talk to her at the beginning of the party, but maybe now you waited long enough, so now enough time has passed so you can try and holler at her after the party. But it's really just playing into the idea that persistence and timing replaces consent, which it doesn't, by the way. And it reduces women to opportunities, because that is what men see women as after the motive, an opportunity. Opportunity for what, you might ask? Use your brain. Anyway, ban cleanup culture.
After deep delegation in my head, cleanup crew. If I see anyone around cleanup crew and the guys are harassing the girls or they're harassing my friends, I'm scratching the rental. I'm taking up my good clean key for my good clean apartment. I'm scratching it. I'm scratching the car. Leave the girls alone. Cleanup crew every single day. Oh, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get the Smart Whip bottle and I'm going to lick it around your head. I'm tired of the cleanup crew. You guys are weird and very scary. So letting you know from now, guys, make sure that if you see me with my key between my fingers like this and I'm walking towards you, you better skirt off. I'm letting you know from now.
Even though we come online, girls will be dishing Clean Up Crew, saying, Clean Up Crew, this, that. There's a lot of girls out there that love Clean Up Crew and wait after the motor to get cleaned up. The friend's trying to drag them home like, Sarah, it's cold, let's go home. She's like, no, wait though. Wait, she's not trying to leave because she wants to get cleaned up. We might just Clean Up Crew and say, Clean Up Crew, haha, hee. But a lot of girls waiting to get cleaned up. No, wait, he said he's got an AP. He's got an AP, let's go. No, I don't want to go home. You're so boring. Yeah, I see this on a regular. We might just Clean Up Crew, but there's a lot of girls waiting to get cleaned up. Go home in the whip, go back to the AP. Oh no, he said he's gonna smoke. He's got smart whip. Come, he's got a loon. Don't worry, I see lot. And some of them, if they don't get moved to a clean, they're disappointed. They go home saying, I never got cleaned up, like, I didn't get no clean up, like, what the hell? Yeah, so we might this Clean Up Crew, and there's a lot of girls this Clean Up Crew, like, Clean Up Crew, this, that, but there's a lot of girls waiting to get cleaned up. So let's, you know what I'm saying? Don't get it twisted.
Let's stop Clean Up Crew after a night out, because Clean Up Crew is basically just overage men wanting to take advantage of young girls who are drunk after a night out. The thing is, these men, they know what they're doing. They get the best rentals available. They put on their best outfit. They get a fresh trim. They put on their best fragrance. They get balloons as well as a package. And then they drive outside a nightclub and they just park up. And they just wait for girls to come outside and they try to scoop them up. On my mother's life, one time I saw a G-Wagon at Donuts and Chai. And I just knew the type of timing my man was on. I knew after that, he was definitely going to go to Broad Street and try to scoop some girls. And the thing is, people might say, oh yeah, these girls are grown as well. They know what they're doing, bro. 9 times out of 10, these girls are drunk. They might not be in the right state of mind at that time to make the best decision. And these men, they know it. They definitely do. That's why they get their best rentals and they pull up outside of these motives where 18 to 21-year-olds go. They don't get their rentals and then drive in broad daylight expecting anything to happen. I swear, they're waiting, they're scouting for drunk girls, which is not on, man.
If you're a guy out here in 2025 and you're doing Clean Up Crew, you are part of the problem. In my book, you're a predator. We need to keep an eye on you. If you have friends that mention the words Clean Up Crew, run away from them. Because I'm telling you, those motherfucking predators, and we need to keep a watchful eyes on them. Because what they're getting up to is nasty behavior. How is it that in 2025, there's 2 guys out here talking about Clean Up Crew? Do you know how wild that is? Do you know how crazy that is? God forbid, if I hear anybody in my circle mention the word, yo, listen, Clean Up Crew motive, I'm done. I'm done with you. And you know what? We're going to put you on watch. Because that's some nasty behavior.
To be honest, at this point in time, in this day and age, I wonder why a lot of men are surprised that most women are not necessarily fighting for them, do not want relationships, do not want children, do not want marriage, do not want anything. When everything is on social media, everything is on TikTok, everything is on Facebook, everything is on Instagram. We are seeing you for what you are. Okay, we are seeing, because imagine somebody's uncle dressing up, not going to the concert, you are not going to the club, you are not going to wherever it is, but you're waiting for the opportunity, to pretend that you want to help these young women. And yes, like one of the guys said, there are some women out there who actually want that, okay? But not all these women want that. And I'm sure if they actually came in contact with the women who actually want these said Clean Up Crew, they won't go after them. They are going to go after the women who do not want that, because that's what they want, okay? Because that's what they want. Let's be real. That's what they are looking for. They are looking for the ones who will not necessarily want them. That's why it's giving grapey vibes. It's giving predator vibes. That's why we are talking about these things, because think about it. So you don't sit down and think to yourself, this thing that I'm going to do, what does it make me look like? I'm going to get up. If I don't have money, I'm going to look for money. Then when I find money, I'm going to rent a nice car just to go and hang around outside the club around 3 a.m., 11 p.m., 12 a.m. just to pull a young girl that may not be able to consent, so I can manipulate her into sleeping with me. Are you okay? Is everything working up there? Because at this point, it's not necessarily regular vibes anymore. You guys are taking it all the way there. And I'm sure these things have been going on for a very long time, right? And if it wasn't for social media, a lot of these ladies would not even know about it. But because women are talking, a lot of women are waking up and realizing that it's not because they like you. It's not because you are the most beautiful woman. It's not because they are looking for a lady. They just want smacks. And that's it. You know, they want to do the deed with you, and that's it. They don't want anything else. And instead of them going to the right places for those type of things, no, they won't go. They will come to the clubs, they will come to the concert, they will go to the event and wait so they can give you rugs and have smacks with you. Make it make sense. I don't, to be honest, yeah. And then you wonder why a lot of women shy away. A lot of women don't want marriages. They don't want relationship, because when you go into it properly, you find a lot of these men are married men. A lot of these men are older men who probably have children with other women somewhere, right? They have the means, and instead of going after or using the money to take care of their children, they are out here trying to exploit other younger women. Young women that may be as old as their own daughters at home. But at the end of the day, when we talk about it, we are creating division. Me, I won't stop talking. If I post it and it helps you, good. Maybe you have a daughter somewhere that you have to let her be aware about these men who are just, patrolling nightclubs and parties looking for drunk women to sleep with. And I hope I did my job. I was able to pass it on to help somebody out there. If it doesn't help you, that's fine. I've still putting it out there. But at the end of the day is going to end. Okay? And these things are happening all around us. So for me, keep your eyes open, keep your ears open. If you see another lady in need, please go help them. Talk to your friends about it. If you are a young woman who watches this channel, because I know there's a few of you who watch this, if you see some of this, tell them about it so they are aware of these type of men. But anyway, I'm going to leave it here, and I'll see you again in another video. Take care of yourselves and one another. Bye.